Okay, the tortoise and the hare. So it's an Aesop fable, but the person who physically wrote it down in this book and drew the pictures is Janet Stevens. So did she write the story?
No.
No, she retold the story because it's an Aesop fable. Okay, the tortoise and the hare. Once upon a time, there was a tortoise and a hare. Tortoise was friendly and quiet. He did everything slowly.
It said once upon a time it's a fairy tale.
I will say that real quick, but okay, I don't want interruptions, but usually fairy tales start with once upon a time. But who rewrote this story? Who rewrote it? It's this Janet Stevens. But it's an Aesop fable. So did Aesop necessarily start with once upon a time? No, that's Janet's words, okay? So we're not gonna blurt, but we're gonna listen to the book. Okay. Tortoise was friendly and quiet. He did everything slowly. Hare was flashy and rude. Flashy. He liked to kind of make himself seen, and he was kind of rude about it. He did everything quickly. Hare liked to tease Tortoise about being so slow. When Tortoise ate breakfast, Hare said, "By the time you finish your last bite, it'll be dinner time." When Tortoise worked in his garden, Hare said, "By the time you pick those spring flowers, it'll be winter." One afternoon, Hare followed Tortoise to the store. Hare teased him on the way. By the time you get there, the store will be closed." He said, "You're so slow, I could beat you at a race, hopping backwards on one paw." "But I could never beat you, Hare," said Tortoise. "Yes, you could," said Tortoise's friends. "All you need is a little help." "Then will you race me, Tortoise?" asked Hare. Tortoise pulled his head into his shell. "I don't want to," he said. "You've got to," said his friends. You've put up with that nasty Hare long enough. We think you can win." Tortoise didn't want to disappoint his friends, so he finally agreed to race against Hare.
On your computer too.
Tortoise only had 2.5 weeks to get in shape before the big race. Rooster helped him out at the gym. Raccoon helped him cook healthy meals. Frog went jogging with him every morning. By the day of the race, Tortoise was ready. Animals from all over the country came to watch the tortoise and the hare. Roosters read aloud the rules and described the course. "Attention, everyone! The race will begin when I sound this gong. The 6-mile course is marked by red flags. The first one to reach the finish line wins. Runners, take your mark. Get set. Go!" Raccoon sounded the gong. The gong makes a really loud noise. Hare bolted out of sight before Tortoise had taken his first step. The crowd roared and cheered as Tortoise inched forward. Hare was so far ahead that he decided to stop at Bear's house for something cool to drink.
It even says it on the mailbox.
Hare rested and sipped lemonade. Bear noticed something moving outside the window. "Hare, there goes Tortoise." "What?" yelled Hare, running out the door. Hare passed Tortoise for the second time. Then he decided to stop at Mouse's house for a snack. As Hare munched on crackers and cheese, Mouse yelled, Is that Tortoise I see at the window?" "I'm not worried about that slowpoke," said Hare. "I've passed him twice already." Then he finished his snack and hopped out the door. Hare passed Tortoise for a third time. Now he was far ahead. He saw a pond and decided to stop and rest. The snacks had made him sleepy.
Oh no.
Hare was so sure that he'd win, he took a nap in the soft grass. As he closed his eyes, he dreamed of a victory. Suddenly, Hare woke up because the crowd was cheering. "Yay, Tortoise!" the crowd roared. Tortoise was 2 steps away from the finish line. "Slow down, you bow-legged reptile!" screamed Hare as he tried to catch up. But it was too late. Tortoise crossed the line just before the tornado of dust and fur that was Hare flew by. Tortoise had won the race. Hare couldn't believe it. That measly shell on legs had beaten him. Tortoise smiled as his friends carried him on their shoulders. He had learned an important lesson. Hard work and perseverance bring reward. So what is the moral of that story? What is the moral of that story? Mason. Work hard. Persevere means keep working even if it's hard. So hard work and perseverance will bring reward. I want to show you. So, Mason, I know that you thought that this is a fairy tale because it started with Once Upon a Time. But in this book, so you know how I told you that a person rewrote this story because remember Aesop had Aesop told it, right? He made it up, but then other people have written it down. This is this author's version of it. So she kind of stretched it out. But watch this book. When I put this book up, do you see how short it is? This is a different person who wrote it down. This is the fable. Let me read this quick version, okay? One day, Hare was making fun of Tortoise for being so slow upon his feet. Wait a bit, said Tortoise. I will run the race with you, and I'll wager that I win. Oh, well, replied Hare, who was much amused at the idea. Let's try and see. And it was soon agreed that the fox should set a course for them and be the judge. Did the other story have a fox? Like I said, it's been retold a lot. So other people added characters or took them away. So it's all because word of mouth is different than when you just listen, right? Okay. Yep, Dylan, you can get the door. Okay. When the time came, they both started off together, but the hare was soon so far ahead that he thought he might as well have a rest. So down he lay and fell fast asleep. Meanwhile, the tortoise kept plodding along or walking along, and in time reached the goal. At last, the hare woke up with a start and dashed on at his fastest pace, but only to find that Tortoise had already won the race. So did you see how that one was so much shorter? The same story, Aesop's story, right? The same general idea, and his hard work and perseverance did it, but this one has like a little bit of a different moral. It says slow and steady wins the race. So it kind of goes on the other side of that too. So, does that make sense?